Have you ever felt someone staring at you before you even turned around? You look back, and there they are. No sound, no warning, just that unmistakable feeling. Did your brain detect a hidden clue before you became consciously aware of it? Or did your mind create the feeling only after you caught their eyes? Today, we're investigating one of the strangest experiences nearly everyone has had, and the explanation may surprise you. Subscribe to WonderThread Labs, then follow the thread as we uncover what your brain notices before you do. To understand that feeling, we need to begin with the most socially important signal on the human face, the eyes. The contrast between our darker irises and lighter sclera makes even a small shift in gaze surprisingly easy to notice. A glance can reveal where someone's attention is moving, what they may want, and whether that attention is aimed at you. When another person looks toward something, your own attention often shifts in the same direction before you deliberately choose to follow. Experiments show that this gaze cueing effect can still occur when a face appears near the edge of your visual field. Direct gaze is even more urgent because it changes the message from "something is over there" to "this concerns me." Eye contact does not merely help you see another person. It tells your brain that another person may be seeing you. Back in the cafe, David may not have consciously studied the stranger's eyes, but his visual system was already reading them. That is our first clue. Human eyes send information, and human brains are exceptionally sensitive receivers. But David was not looking directly at the stranger, so how could the signal reach him before he turned around? The answer begins with the difference between central vision and peripheral vision, the world you see outside your sharpest focus. Central vision is excellent for identifying a face, reading an expression, or confirming exactly where someone's eyes are pointing. Peripheral vision is less detailed, but it is constantly scanning the wider scene for motion, contrast, direction, and sudden change. David may not have seen a clear pair of eyes. He may have noticed a head turning or a body becoming still. He may have caught movement in a window reflection, a change between nearby silhouettes, or a face angled toward him. None of those clues would feel like a complete observation, because peripheral vision was not designed to deliver a perfect picture. Its job is often to raise a flag, redirect the eyes, and let central vision examine whatever might matter. So the sensation may begin as a vague instruction, "Look over there," before you understand what triggered it. This leads to the strangest part of the experience. Your brain processes far more information than reaches conscious awareness. What you experience as seeing is not the raw visual world. It is a selected and organized summary. Some experiments suggest that faces making direct eye contact receive priority and can enter awareness faster than averted gaze. But the brain is not detecting a mysterious beam from another person's eyes. It is evaluating ordinary sensory evidence. Eye direction, head position, body orientation, movement, sound, reflections, and context can all contribute small pieces of information. One clue may be too weak to notice. Several weak clues arriving together can become difficult for the brain to ignore. Your brain then makes its best prediction. Someone may be paying attention to me, so I should check. You experience the conclusion as a feeling, even though you cannot identify every signal that produced it. And the moment your brain suspects an audience, it can begin changing your behavior before you know whether you are correct. Your posture may become more controlled, your hands less casual, and your attention suddenly focused on how you appear. Direct eye contact can increase self-focused attention and produce measurable changes in physiological arousal. In experiments, people who believed another person could see them changed their gaze and often made more socially considerate choices. This is known as an audience effect. We behave differently when we believe our actions may affect our reputation. The response does not require certainty. A visible face, a camera, or even a suggestive pair of eyes can sometimes be enough. In the cafe, David straightens slightly, stops tapping the table, and checks his reflection before he even turns around. The feeling of being watched is therefore not passive. It can reshape what you notice and what you do. But a system designed to detect social attention quickly has one unavoidable weakness. Sometimes it raises the alarm when nobody is watching. And that weakness explains why the feeling can appear even when nobody is actually watching you. Peripheral vision delivers speed, not certainty, so vague shapes and tiny movements can easily be misread. In dim light, a coat on a chair may briefly resemble a person turned in your direction. Your brain fills missing details with expectations, especially when the scene already feels uncertain or unsafe. Arousal can intensify the sensation, making an ordinary shadow or camera feel like deliberate attention. Then memory adds another distortion. Successful guesses feel important, while false alarms disappear almost immediately. You remember turning around and catching someone staring, but rarely count every time you found nothing. When evidence is uncertain, the brain often prefers checking a possible observer instead of ignoring one. A false alarm is not proof of a sixth sense. It is the cost of a cautious prediction system. But what if someone is directly behind you, with no reflection, sound, shadow, or visible movement? Could your body still detect that stare somehow, directly through the back of your head? Some experiments reported small effects, while others failed to reproduce them under similar controlled conditions. So science has not established a reliable ability to sense an unseen stare without ordinary sensory evidence. Human eyes do not emit a detectable signal that travels into another person's nervous system. But real environments are almost never perfectly silent, still, and free of reflections or contextual clues. A footstep stops, a chair shifts, nearby conversation changes, or someone appears briefly in polished glass. Your brain may detect those clues before awareness, but it is not receiving a gaze through your skull. The most useful explanation is that the feeling of being watched is a prediction, not a separate sense. Your brain combines incomplete sensory evidence with context, memory, and expectations about the people around you. In a crowded cafe, the possibility of someone looking at you is already higher than in an empty room. Stress or intense self-focus can lower the amount of evidence needed to trigger the warning. Sometimes the prediction is correct, sometimes it produces only an empty corner and a racing heartbeat. The remarkable part is that consciousness receives the conclusion without seeing the hidden calculation that created it. So can you really feel someone staring at you? Sometimes, but through subtle clues, not a mysterious sixth sense. Your brain noticed the evidence before you noticed the answer. Subscribe to WonderThread Labs and keep following the thread.